Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of What's Happening Around Tri-C. I am Brian Ivy reporting. Last week I went over to the Metro campus in downtown Cleveland and sat down with Bronson Peschlikai. He is the webmaster and social media coordinator for The Voice here at Tri-C. I also talked with the student media advisor Jack Hagan. We discussed in a roundtable format about some different kinds of platforms that we offer to get news out to you. You can read about it, you can watch it, and you can also listen to it. Speaking of that, how about you take a listen right now?
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us here at cccvoice.com. I'm Bronson Peschlikai.
And I'm Brian Ivy. We're here to discuss innovative ways we get news to you here at all three Tri-C campuses.
If you're seeing this now, then obviously you have visited our website, cccvoice.com, and we thank you for joining us. Brian here is our video news reporter at the Western Campus, and he regularly contributes reports called What's Happening Around Tri-C. Tell us about those segments, Brian.
Well, I like to find something interesting that's going around campus, whether it be a blood drive, maybe a special bake sale, or something that a campus activities board is putting on. And I like to shoot some footage from those events, maybe do an interview, and then talk a little bit about what's happening around Tri-C with that event, really how it impacts the students, maybe even get some views from the different students on what they thought of the experience of the event.
Brian, how do you think multimedia reports like your segments and the podcast we have engaged students at Tri-C?
Well, I think it's key in this day and age with Facebook and Twitter and of course the website, then we have the newspaper as well, and these videos. I think really you have to be able to offer all types of multimedia so people can get their news in either a video segment or a podcast where they can download on iTunes or right from the Tri-C Voice website. Also, of course, the traditional way through the Voice newspaper.
Right. Joining us now is Jack Hagan, the student advisor for the Voice newspaper. Jack has worked as a reporter at the Plain Dealer newspaper in Cleveland for almost 30 years and brings a wealth of experience to pass along to our student reporters and editors. Thank you for joining us, Jack.
Thanks very much for having me here.
The last decade has seen improvements in with the internet, the introduction of Web 2.0, social media. How important is that to have our newspaper online?
Well, it's absolutely crucial that the Voice have, as part of part of what it offers the students, an opportunity to go online and see some of the stories that the paper has covered in its print edition, but also to go beyond that. Most daily newspapers, most weekly newspapers have an operation that dovetails with their hard copy, and this is where the media is going. You can have many, many discussions about whether it's good or bad, but the fact of the matter is that's what's happening. And it's really crucial and important that the Voice really give opportunities to students, like both of you, for instance, to develop some skills in that area. Because the reporter of this century is really no longer just a newspaper reporter or just a broadcast reporter. They really have to wear many hats, have many different kinds of skills, and really be able to tell a story on what we call many different platforms. And it's really great that The Voice has now taken on its online edition, and to see that it's just not a depository for the stories that have appeared in The Voice, but really opens up all kinds of different ways people can express themselves through the videos you've been doing, through podcasts, and I hope to see eventually people put on, animated films, all kinds of things. It's only there in its creative way right now, and it can only get bigger and better.
Mm-hmm. What do you see in the future, say 5 to 10 years down the road, and how people consume news?
Yeah, well, if I knew that, I'd probably be a very rich person. I was just reading an article today that attempts to forecast the media, and it's murky at best. Everybody seems to know, and the statistics pointed out that certainly by most measures, whether it's circulation, advertising revenue, just sort of where the money's coming in, that the print product is facing some very, very difficult times. A lot of people, as you know, are getting their information online. That's sort of their go-to place. The question is how do the traditional newspaper productions sort of go online themselves, present something to the news consumers that would be something they would be interested in seeing. And that's the challenge right now. It's both an editorial challenge, but it's especially a revenue challenge. The revenues that are coming into the online part of the operation are not at the level that the revenues they used to get from the ads placed in the newspaper.
And that brings me to a good point. What do you see right now that newspapers are doing to basically bring their readers and continue with their readership going towards the newspaper side of things? Do you think it's still kind of promotion through online, maybe Facebook and Twitter?
They're trying to do like everyone else is, and that is to attack this problem, and it's a serious problem, from as many fronts as they can. So they're employing all the social media that's available. More and more reporters are writing blogs. They're mixing it up more with the readers by getting involved in the comments sections of their stories. Reporters, for instance, reporters that are covering the Jimmy DeMora trial, print reporters are doing stand-ups now. So in the morning, at noon, and in the evening, one of the plain dealer reporters, not used to it, but they're standing in front of a camera, much like we have here, with a microphone, giving a report and an update on the latest news out of that trial. It sort of behooves us on the education end of journalism to begin to teach those skills to our students so they're ready for it. They have to be ready for the fact that wherever they go, you're not just going to be handed a pen and a pad to write your stories on. They're going to expect that you also have some skills on how to handle social media, how to handle being in front of a camera, how to record interviews so they can play back in podcasts. So it's really becoming a much more complicated educational experience for students.
One last question here. The trend, everyone is getting smartphones now, and having an app for that. Tri-C just started having an application on the smartphone. What about the voice? Do you see this as something that could possibly happen to have developers? I've done the best I can on the website,
yeah.
But would that be beneficial for students?
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at statistics and where especially young people are getting their information, it's really this little computer that we still call a phone. But that's where a lot of they're getting their information, and it really makes sense for us at The Voice to explore those kinds of ways to get to those folks. And one of the best ways at this point is to develop an app. People love apps, they love to download them. They don't always last with them a real long time, but if you can show them that there's something on that app that's engaging, interesting, telling, that has an impact on their life, they'll stay with it. And I look forward to getting to the point where The Voice becomes an app.
Wonderful. We got a lot of work to do, right?
Yeah, well, we're getting a good start on things.
Definitely.
Certainly are.
Jack Hagan, former reporter with the Plain Dealer and our student advisor here at The Voice newspaper. Thanks so much for joining us, Jack.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
And so,
Brian and I will continue to do video news reports from our campuses, and hopefully we can engage our other student reporters to take part.
Absolutely.
In the multimedia realm of things. Any ideas on what you're doing for your next report?
Oh, let's see. Next week I'll have to dig something up, but a couple possible things that I'm planning on doing. What about the Brunswick campus? Of course, it's not one of our three big campuses, but why do people go there? Why are there students there versus the Western or the Metro or the Eastern campus? Is it just because of close proximity or to fit into the classes? We'll ask a little bit of that coming up in the next couple weeks. And also I might want to do a little bit of report on the groundskeepers of Tri-C's Western campus, what they do in a winter like this that we really haven't seen much snow. How does that all shake out when they're not doing too much snow plowing and snow removal?
sounds great. I can't wait to see it. And we thank you for watching and being a part of our multimedia experience. We certainly enjoy that. Check back here at cccvoice.com for more online material and on the happenings at all of our campuses here at Tri-C. I'm Bronson Peschelkai.
I'm Brian Ivy. Have a great day.
Yes.